Alright, so this is probably going to be 4, or maybe 3, I don't know, my OBS crashed. So, you're going to miss out on this other stage. Let's see, where'd that ship go? So we're going to continue on with this budget build. If you don't know what I'm doing, you can check out the videos prior to this. And we're pretty much doing testing in the testing grounds here, so get the ship to aggro so he gets his defenses up.
Ship is under attack.
Alright. He's trying to get out of there before he popped all of his stuff, but...
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Oh, okay. Gonna send his little thingies after us, I guess. Alright, so this is probably good enough. We're gonna go ahead and go in on him. So you can see with this budget build, we're doing a lot of damage. I mean, you know, the ship's just, it's really simple. Or Mark 11 weapons even, Mark 4. This is all stuff, you know, there's Mark 12s. 7, Mark 11. So this is all stuff you can get in the game. Yeah, there's a couple epic things. But that's okay. You can always upgrade your stuff. Come on, Cube, aggro on me.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
The other thing is knowing when to use abilities and stuff like that. And that just comes with playing the game and getting used to it. We used to be able to see all these down here and keep track of, you know, what's going on. And you can negate that stuff. Like I have SNB, I can negate all that stuff he does. But there's getting to be so much yellow stuff down here that you just can't tell what's going on or what's what anymore. So, not quite sure what I can say on that.
Rear shields failing. Rear shields failing.
But we're putting out pretty good damage numbers. Okay, this might be a little bit more difficult. And that's the idea of this map, is it gets a little more difficult as you go along. Now, I'm not going to pop that other stuff, there's no point.
Hull integrity below 50%.
So we're putting out pretty good damage numbers, and we're pretty tanky, so that's good for us. So I would highly suggest if you guys want to test out your builds, you go into this map and do it. It's going to give you quite a variety of stuff to deal with. And when you make changes on your builds, then that's going to help you out a lot. The only thing I could say is like I can really just waste these guys when they're like that. Kind of a little bit unfair advantage. So we're taking quite a beating on this one, which is good. Let's see. That's going to be difficult. So he's going to want to tractor beam me, and then that guy's going to want to kill me. So when you're going to deal with these multiple targets like this, take on the smallest target first, kill those, and knock them out of the way. So you're dealing with a lot less stuff. Would be what I would do for those. Let's go for this guy first. Okay, next stage. Oh, Borg. That's gonna be great. Let's see, we'll take him out since he's been the one we've hit the most of. Alright, so we died. Finally. That's pretty tanky, for what we're doing. Auxiliary system. So we have auxiliary system damage. That's going to reduce our weapon damage. That's going to reduce our healing. It's going to reduce our defenses and our offenses. I don't know where that thing's going. Okay. Alright, so let's take out, let's see, let's take out the weakest one first. Now, when you're using reverse, you don't always want to stay in reverse because you've got power drain. Plus, you move a lot slower, so your defenses are going to be a lot less. So it's not ideal you stay in reverse. Alright, so that's the end of it. So anyways, there's that ship. Did pretty good. We're pretty tanky. We got a lot of defenses. Um, we put out pretty good damage for what we've got. And we'll continue on building this ship and getting it even better and better. So when you're a new player, um, you can have a ship that actually does damage and everything. I'm not going to really review the combat tab because you guys should be able to see the floaters. So the other things, keep track of your combat tab. You can do the parsing or whatever this thing is that they call it, but I don't pay attention to that stuff. The only thing I care about is living and shooting and killing stuff. And you can tell how much damage you're doing by basically the floaters or watching how their shielding's disappearing and how fast they're doing it. And that's the easiest way to do it because, like I said, there's so many factors are changing when you're flying around, you're doing your stuff that it's really hard to look at that and say, oh, this is the DPS thing because there's so many things at play that's going on with DPS that you really can't call it DPS. Y'all just flat out call it damage. I can do this much damage, take your total damage numbers over time using the same thing over and over again, or roughly the same thing, and then just say that I'm doing this much damage. So that's it. We'll see you at the next video.